Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, or soon to be dads.
Me.
Happy Father's Day. No, you're not a soon to be dad. You are a dad.
Oh, clarification.
Yeah, clarification. He is a dad. One, that's it. Okay. Quit messing with the
Oh my gosh. So today we have some special guests, just like our Mother's Day episode. We brought in our fathers, and we asked them not the same questions, but asked them some similar questions.
Thanks, Google.
Thanks, Firefox. And next week, thank you, Internet Explorer, for finally catching up.
Let's see what they had to say.
So this is my dad.
Hi.
Man, a few words at the moment. Question number 1. What was the coolest day of your life to date, not including the day you were married or the day that I was born?
The day that Elva was born.
Okay. Points for granddaughter.
I have my dad with me. I wanted to introduce him to you because I'm sure a lot of you are wondering who I got my Whataburger cravings from, my Bluebell love, and all these other things. Well, this is the man right here. He's the one that he and I could go to Whataburger and share, well, not share, but have a meal together at Whataburger and be content with life, and everything is perfect with the world. And then of course top it off with a dessert bowl of Bluebell. So Texas grown here. All right. So let's start out by asking, what was the coolest day of your life to date, not including the day you were married or the day that I was born?
October 19th.
Okay. No. Well, I'm going to give that to him because that was the day my brother was born. So, that was the first day he became a father. So, but not saying that he's the coolest person. So, anyway, I knew he would want to say that it was my birthday. But,
well, you said
but because not the day that I was born, so I guess we'll take that. But, my sister's going to be kind of upset about that.
Question number 2. Who was the most interesting person you have ever known or met?
Most interesting person I've ever known or met. Mickey Mouse?
Hi, everybody!
Most interesting person?
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people in my life, so I would have to say, I guess your mother.
Aw, perfect answer. Brownie points.
And question number 3. Tell me 2 books you would recommend I read in my lifetime.
The Bible. I don't know, I'm not a big reader.
The King James and the New King James version.
Oh, the Left Behind series, and I don't know of another book. The Bible?
Yeah, I was waiting for that one.
Question number 4. What are 2 guiding principles you try to follow every day? As an example, live life to the fullest, try to see the bright side of things rather than the crud all the time.
I guess I always try to be upbeat and cheerful and make other people smile and laugh. And then the other one, I guess, would be always be honest and upfront.
Take your time. Don't let anything get to you. And just be happy.
Yeah.
Question number 5. What was the worst day of your life?
I would say it was the day that I had my spinal cord injury. Going paralyzed in the parking lot before I got into the doctor's office, and then riding in 3 different ambulances the same day, getting moved all around in pain to have x-rays done, and then going in a 3rd ambulance to go all the way downtown after I already left 1 hospital and 1 x-ray place. 3 rides in 1 day.
That's a rough day.
The worst day?
Mm-hmm.
I guess when your grandparents got divorced.
Mm-hmm. Did that have an impact on your life growing up?
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Bad. It was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know your grandparents? What were they like? What were their hobbies, jobs, etc.?
My grandfather and grandmother on my mother's side, my grandfather had his own business repairing sewing machines, and he was a nut besides, and we loved every minute of it. He had a beach house that he took us to, and we went crabbing and stuff like that. My grandmother was she answered the phones for his business at the house, and she crocheted all the time, and she always treated all of us grandkids special, and we always knew with both of them that we were loved. On my father's side, my granny was very sick. All the years that I knew her, she had real bad emphysema, and my granddad built her a separate house in town in Lovelady because she couldn't stay out 5 miles down the dirt roads where the farm was with all the dust and flying and all the animals. And my grandfather on my dad's side was a carpenter. He built houses and he farmed, and he was the county commissioner for a while in Houston County.
Yes, I knew my grandparents. On my father's side, I did. Your great grandma Cristela was. She took care of us. She was strict. She never spanked us.
Mm-hmm.
But she was loving. She was loving to us. She cared for us. Your grandpa Villalobos. He was there when I needed him. You know, once a year on my birthday when I needed shoes, he would give me $20 to go buy a pair of shoes.
That's good.
And my grandma Factor, she was there for us when we needed her, when we came from Chicago. She let us stay with them. And I never got to meet your Nona's father.
Mm-hmm.
But that was about it.
Question number 7. If you could go on a trip today, where would you go? What would you see and who would you take?
I would take my wife. Probably would still pick Disney and see the characters in the shows.
There's a theme there.
Well, I'd have to take your mother, and we've been talking about going to Colorado.
Ooh. To go skiing or what?
Well, your mama wants to go skiing. She wants to go skiing, and she's had a lot of pain in her arm,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the medicines here don't work, so we're thinking of maybe stopping at one of the little smoke shops over there.
Yeah, I can see that. Uh-huh. I can see our pastor being okay with that.
Yeah. I could just see him doing a random drug test on your
Yeah,
mama.
oh my gosh.
Question number 8. Who is the person who has most influenced you in life so far?
Well, in some ways, it was my grandfather on my mother's side and my dad as far as the humor and things go. My mother taught me stability, and my wife has showed me lots of love and how to love and how to do things for people.
I'd have to say, I guess your grandpa, Villalobos.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through a lot as far as your grandparents getting divorced, but then getting back together. I mean, it's something that I don't wish on anyone. But he's changed. He's turned his life over to Jesus, and he's a good man. He's always been good.
Mm-hmm.
I've always known it. He was strict with us, but he needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I love him.
And besides your immediate family, who is your best friend?
I grew up with a real close friend, Brian Sibley. He was one of my real close friends. I've lost one of my close friends to cancer, Don Brain, and Ronnie Holcomb was a real good friend growing up.
I had a best friend. Well, I have a best friend that I grew up with. His name is Vincent, and Vincent Figueroa, and we grew up together here in Rosenberg. He was my best man when I got married, and he's moved. He lives in Texas City. We've lost contact, so we hadn't talked much anymore. And I got another friend, dear friend, Raul, that we worked together many years, and we kind of lost track. So I don't have too many friends, you know. Go to work, come home, work at home, or fiddle around the house.
Yeah.
I don't go out.
Question number 10. If you can impart one piece of parenting advice to me or another first-time father, what would it be?
To always spend time with your kids and with your wife as much as you can, and be involved in the activities that they like to do. If they like to play ball or whatever that they like to do, be involved in what they like to do.
Spoil your kids. I had a younger brother that had leukemia, and the doctor told my parents to spoil him crazy. And so my parents were strict with me. We were never spoiled. My parents didn't like spoiled kids, so me and my sister weren't spoiled at all. But when I had my kids, my goal was to spoil them, but to make sure they didn't embarrass me in front of the public. So I love my kids, and I think we did okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not in jail, so we're good.
Well, thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me today.
Okay.
Okay, so what advice would you give to a first-time dad?
The same thing that all the moms, or both moms and both dads gave. Patience. I thought I had patience. She even told me when we were first married, you're more patient than anybody I know. Children prove that differently because, oh my gosh. But I love her. I love her, and I love our child.
Yeah.
All the frustrations in the world can't compare to how much happiness I have.
But don't forget what our dad said, to spoil your kids and be there for them. Well, anyway, we hope you enjoyed this segment of Shaw Meets World. If you haven't already,
Like, comment, and subscribe, and share with all your friends.
and make sure you turn on that notification bell so that you're notified anytime we post something.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Why was that so freaking difficult?
Well, that's staying in.